When I financed the first chapter, I said I would do it as a short film because, as I said, I didn't know if it would work or not. In my next feature film, Flow, I will first work in the same way while I'm alone, while I find the story and discover the artistic style. It's a very small amount, but once I've discovered the story, I'll look for producers, perhaps in Latvia or other countries. I plan the story around things that are easy to do, that don't take long to animate. So I wouldn't spend 10 years making this film this year when I started making a way to facilitate the transition. I divided the film into 4 chapters to facilitate the structure of the story and also to finance the film this year. When I decided to divide the article into 4 chapters, I thought that if it didn't work and I was only allowed to do 1 chapter, at least I would have this as a cover. I guess it's easier for me because I don't have an official production start date and I feel all this pressure. I didn't really work in a big team. But if you go through all these traditional scriptwriting processes and do everything you have to do, it's probably a more predictable way of making films. I've always planned it as a feature film, but I also planned that each chapter would have a mini-history, so that each chapter would have a slightly different atmosphere and tempo. As I mentioned before, I financed the film in 4 short films because I thought people would trust me more to make these short films and not 1 feature film this year. I think it's great to quit smoking after years of making a film on your own and most of the time at home. I'm starting to experiment and I don't feel like I'm making the film this year. First of all, I will approach Flow as a feature from the beginning. This time I think I'm going to start at the end and work backwards. So the end is really the high point of everything in the story. I'm going to try to make it all more consistent.